Hey guys, it's Andy. Thanks for tuning in to my 6-part video series on applying for VA disability benefits, where I hope to help walk you through some of the steps of applying for VA disability benefits and this is the process and what to expect. Now, as I've said before, we've got the actual application, and the reason I put this as video 4 in the 6-part series was because there are some things you want to do ahead of time, but again, you actually want to start this application way before you go out and find other records. And you can do that by going to eBenefits and just starting the application to get that intent to file so you can secure your effective date of your claim. Every month that goes by without you submitting or an intent to file or starting an application, it's another month of potential back pay you're missing out on. So, like I said, start your intent to file, start the application early on. You can come back to it as long as you finish it within 1 year. Now, if you're online on eBenefits, the application is easy to find. You're going to want to list your disability that you're claiming and any secondary disabilities that you think may be caused by it. For instance, that might be if you have back pain, but you've started having nerve problems in your leg. It's very common for individuals who have lumbar spine problems to have something called radiculopathy, which is like nerve pain or decreased strength in their legs. So again, you want to apply for your disability and your secondary disabilities, and we're going to put some secondary disabilities up on the website so that you can help spot those in yourself. You're also going to want to go through and submit your banking information so the VA can do direct deposit once they grant you VA disability benefits. You're also going to want to include your service record. What branch of service were you in? Were you in the Guard? Were you in the Reserves? Were you in both? Were you on active duty? You may want to submit a list of times you were on active duty, right? Especially for our Guard and Reserve members, not all active duty is created alike, and there might not always be the best records of it. So if you have a memory of times you were on active duty, submit that as well with the application. Can be on a statement in support of claim, that lay statement that I discussed in the last video. You're going to want to include places where you were treated while on active duty. So if you were inpatient at a military hospital, mention that. And this is especially important if you are a veteran prior to the global war on terror, where some of those records are actually kept separate, and the VA won't even know to look for them unless you tell them that you were treated inpatient at a hospital. So if you can come up with the best idea you have of when and where you were treated for various conditions, that's good to put in there too. It's very, very important, though, to come up with a complete list of your service. So I know a lot of folks who may have done a couple years in the Marine Corps, and then they went to the Army Reserves, and then they went to Army National Guard, and then maybe they were active duty Army, and then they went back to the Army Guard. You really need to do your best to come up with a complete timeline of when you were in which branches of service. The next document goes with your application, and that is the form substantiating that you have dependents, right? If you're rated above 30% and married, the VA will actually give you an increased disability rating. Or rather, not increased disability rating, but pay you more for your disability. If you have children, the VA will pay you a little bit more for them as well. And that's done on a 21686 form. So don't forget to fill that out at the time you apply. You don't want to lose out on benefits for your family. The next thing you want to consider is if your service-connected disabilities or the disabilities you believe are service-connected are keeping you from working and having substantially gainful employment. You want to submit with your application what's called the 8940 form. It's 218940. It's the TDIU application, so to speak. I know technically it's not an application. They call it that, but it's not. Long story made short, it's a history of your employment. What jobs have you had? Why have you left them? This is a good document to submit with your documentation, with your application, if you are currently unemployed because of your service-connected conditions. Now, again, you need to finish this application within 1 year of submitting your intent to file to get your effective date. But again, do not wait to finish submitting the application until you've gotten your service treatment records. Just go ahead and submit that. And here's the other thing. You can continue to submit evidence after you submit your application, but before you get your rating decision. I really recommend submitting it sooner rather than later because after the application, some things happen. But in any event, get that application submitted. Anyway, thank you for watching. In my next video, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what happens after the application and what to look out for. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.